Act 1. A filthy, cramped dressing room. A gnarled tree serves as a makeshift costume rack. Evening. Estrogen-Tilly, sitting on a row mound of dingy, discarded dance tutus, is trying to take off her boot. She pulls at it with both hands, panting. She gives up, exhausted, rests, tries again, as before. Enter Vladimiranda Priestley.
Nothing to be done.
It occurs to me you may be correct. All my life I put that weight on myself, saying, Vladimiranda, you are a wise, slim-waisted, naturally charismatic, highly reasonable she-wolf. God damn it, you can do it all and nothing can stop you. Yet at every turn I have been stopped, and this struggle has resumed. So here we are again.
Where again?
Here again. It's actually very nice to see you. I thought you were gone forever.
Me too.
It's two gorgeous, witty, glamorous souls together again at last. This calls for a celebration. But what sort of celebration? Stand up so I can give you a squeeze.
Not now, Mandy. Not right now.
And may one inquire where Her Royal Finest, Grand Duchess of Shake-and-Go wigs, Our Lady of Press-On manicures with 2 nails missing, spent the night?
In a ditch.
A ditch? Quelle elegance, quelle chic. Where?
Just like over there. I don't know.
And they didn't read you?
Well, obviously they read me for filth.
Who read you? The usual and cruel suspects?
I don't know. I guess. Sure.
Wow. If you would have told me all those years ago how this would play out. I mean, if it weren't for me, if I hadn't guided you under my LED ISIS wing and guided you, would you even be Estrogen-Tilly? No. No, you would not. You'd still be a scraggly little bywater queer with an undercut and not a clue how to properly apply a pair of false lashes.
What's wrong with undercuts? I have really thick hair, and in the summer, just like underneath.
It's too much for one queen. On the other hand, what's the point of giving up now? We're really just going to give up. We should have thought of that 1,000,000 years ago before we, shaved off our eyebrows and invested all of our life savings in sequin gowns and knockoff Swarovski rhinestones.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt what I'm sure is shaping up to be an enchanting soliloquy on your part, but do you mind helping me with this mother effing shoe?
Hand in hand, money raining down upon our gorgeous bodies from atop the Harris stage. We were respectable in those days. Now it's all over, and I doubt we'd even be allowed in the building.
They would allow us in the building. Like, if people were being allowed in buildings right now, we would definitely be allowed, probably. So it's not like we did anything wrong.
But my darling Tilly, don't you see? We've done everything wrong. What in the Regina George are you doing?
I'm taking off my boot. What? This hasn't ever happened to you?
You really need to start taking your boots off every day, darling. Your feet have to breathe once in a while. Frankly, it's crazy that I have to keep telling you this. You never listen to me.
So mean.
God, you really can never be bothered to listen.
How sweet.
What? It hurts.
Are you really asking me if it hurts?
Lord, it's like you think you're the only one allowed to suffer around here. Like you invented suffering. That's a rich. Behold, Estrogen-Tilly, the creator and sole proprietor of suffering. That's right, she founded the company. Don't steal her move, don't come for her gig. You know, I'd like to hear what you'd say if you have what I have.
What? It hurts.
Are you really asking me if it hurts?
Regardless, you might do a little maintenance in the front yard right there.
Well, it is a special occasion.
She pulls out a razor, lifts her sheer caftan, and begins to dry shave around her already burned bikini line.
Shaving cream? I haven't heard that name in years.
She finishes up and puts the razor back in her bag.
Never neglect the little things in life. I read that on a yogurt lid once.
You always wait till the last possible second to get ready and then act like you've had enough with everyone else holding you up.
Like I've had enough. I've had enough. This is my prayer, that I'll die living just as free as my... Just as free as my... What is that? What is that from?
What? What's what from?
Just as free as my... What is it? It's a song lyric? Or it's a poem? An operatic aria, maybe?
You know it'd be really great, though? If you would help me.
Sometimes I just feel it coming on, though, you know? Clyde.
The true
The feelings, Tilly. My God, the feelings. Now desolate and at the same time daunted. I long for the halcyon days of yesteryear, those shining moments when I was at once.
She takes off her wig, fluffs it up a bit, and puts it back on.
Gooped, and at the same time, gagged. Gagged.
She takes the wig back off, frantically fluffing.
Funny.
She tears into the teased crown of the hair with her fingers, as though hoping to locate a foreign body. Peers into it, puts it on again.
Nothing to be done.
Estrogen-Tilly, with a supreme effort, succeeds in pulling off her boot. She peers inside, feels about inside it, turns it upside down, shakes it, looks around to see if anything has fallen out, finds nothing, feels inside again, staring sightlessly before her.
Well,
Nothing.
show.
There's nothing to show.
Try putting it on again.
I'm gonna air it out for a while.
Just like a bitter show pony, though, blaming her dainty booties for the problem of her big, fat, unpedicured feet.
She takes off her wig again, digging into the teased nest at the crown with her fingers. Finds nothing, puts it back on again.
This is becoming alarming. One of the thieves was saved. It's a reasonable percentage. Tilly,
What?
what if we repented?
Repented what?
Well, we wouldn't have to get into the details.
Are being born?
One shan't dare laugh anymore.
Shan't one?
No one shan't. We're barely sanctioned to smile these days. It's not the same. Nothing to be done. Tilly,
What's up?
did you ever read the Bible?
The Bible? Well, I have that act where I'm dressed as a nun and then I get fully nude and staple Bible pages to myself.
Do you remember the Gospels?
I remember watching The Prince of Egypt when I was in elementary school and thinking pyramids seemed pretty dope. That's where we'll go, I used to say. That's where we'll go on our honeymoon. We'll see some mummies. We'll be happy.
You should have been a poet.
I was a creative writing major. Can't you tell?
What was I talking about? How's your foot?
Visibly swollen, and most of my toenail polish is chipped off.
Oh, right. The two thieves. Do you remember the story?
No.
Shan't I recite it for you then?
No.
It'll pass the time. Two thieves crucified at the same time as our Savior. Now, one of them was
Are what?
our Savior.
I feel like that could be a good stage name somehow. Like Savior. Save your Lord and shaved her? Or
Our Savior.
shaved.
Two thieves. One is to have been saved, and the other, Nobbled?
Nobbled? By whom?
Satan.
Okay, that's enough of that story, and I'm gonna go now.
And yet, how is it? This is not boring you, I hope. How is it that of the 4 evangelistas, only one even mentions a thief being saved? The 4 of them were there, the 4 evangelistas, and only one of them felt like it was worth letting a bitch know that a thief was saved. Come on, Tilly, return the ball once in a while, why don't you?
Oh, wowie zowie, a sports metaphor and a biblical tale. I'm invested now. You sure know your audience, my friend.
1 out of 4 evangelistas. Now, 2 of the evangelistas don't mention thieves at all. And the last bitch says that both of them abused him.
Who?
What?
Who got abused? Was it Mr. Sprinkle? Because if so, I called it. He was dating that weird sideshow guy with the long eyelashes, very creepy. I always knew there was something off about that guy.
I mean, yes, but the savior.
Why?
Because he wouldn't save them.
From getting railed by Satan?
From death. My dear, your public school education is really sweating through her blouse right now.
I thought you said somebody got banged by the devil.
From death. I said from death.
Okay, so what's your point?
That the 2 of them must have been damned.
Okay.
But one evangelista of the 4 evangelistas said that one of the 2 was saved.
Okay. So let's say the Bible agrees to disagree with herself and move on.
My sweet summer child. Listen to what I am trying to tell you. All 4 of the evangelistas were there. And only one evangelista speaks of a thief being saved. Why are we going to believe this one evangelista over all of the other evangelistas? Is this one evangelista special? Are these evangelistas special, Destiny's Child? Is this one evangelista Beyonce?
See, I feel like this is a trick question since I actually don't believe in the evangelistas at all or in any Bible stuff.
Okay, but listen to me. Everybody believes the one special evangelista. It's the only version they even know. And what if she isn't even actually the Beyonce of the evangelistas? What if we're all out here believing the Michelle? Or, God forbid, the Latoya of the evangelistas?
People are fucking stupid, to be honest with you.
She rises painfully, goes limping to extreme left, halts, gazes into the distance off with her hand screening her eyes, turns, goes to extreme right, gazes into distance. Vladimiranda watches her, then goes and picks up the boot, peers into it, drops it hastily. Estrogen-Tilly moves to center, halts with her back to the audience.
Cute stage.
She turns, advances to front, halts facing the audience.
Inspiring prospects.
She turns to Vladimiranda.
Let's go.
We can't.
Why not?
We're waiting for the show.
Oh. Are you sure it was here?
What?
You're sure that we were supposed to perform here?
They said the one with the tree. Do you know of any others?
What is it?
I don't know. A willow? Perhaps the old set piece.
You don't think it's a real tree?
If it is, she's seen better days.
She doesn't even have leaves.
Must be dead, poor girl.
No more weeping for this willow.
Perhaps it's not the season.
Looks more like a big old bush to me.
A shrub.
No, like a bush, like a big old bush.
What are you saying? That we're at the wrong venue?
They should be here.
Did they say for sure they were coming?
What if nobody shows up?
We'll come back tomorrow.
And then the day after that?
Possibly.
And on and on?
The point is...
Until they come?
You're merciless.
Thank you. We came here yesterday.
No, fairly certain that you are mistaken.
Then what did we do yesterday?
What did we do yesterday?
Yeah.
Why? Nothing is ever certain when I'm with you.
In my opinion, we were here.
You recognize this dressing room?
That's not what I said.
Regardless, that tree, those empty chairs.
You sure it was tonight?
What?
That we were supposed to perform?
They said Saturday they'd be here. I think.
You think?
I must have made a Facebook event.
She fumbles through her gig bag, bursting with miscellaneous rubbish.
But what Saturday? And is today even Saturday? Or is it Sunday? Or Monday? Or Friday?
Vladimiranda clutches her useless phone. She looks wildly about, as though the answers
Happened
were
to your
inscribed
British
on the
accent?
landscape.
It's not possible. My service has been disconnected.
You must have Sprint.
I thought we had 90 days.
Not with Sprint.
What do we do?
Well, if they came yesterday and we didn't bother to show up, I'm sure they're not going to come in today.
But you said we were here yesterday.
I could be wrong. Let's just stop talking for a minute, okay?
Whatever you say, sis.
Estrogen-Tilly sits down on the mound of old tutus. Vladimiranda paces agitatedly to and fro, halting from time to time to gaze into the distance off. Estrogen-Tilly falls asleep. Vladimiranda halts finally in front of Estrogen-Tilly.
Tilly. Tilly. Tilly!
I was asleep. Why would you ever let me sleep?
I was lonely.
I had a dream.
Oh, I hate hearing about other people's dreams. How dreadful.
I dreamt that we...
How dreadful.
Okay, well, I guess this nightmare is enough for you then. You really are such a narcissist sometimes. Who am I supposed to tell my private nightmares to if I can't tell them to you?
Start a YouTube channel.
There are times I wonder if it'd be better for both of us to just part ways.
You wouldn't go far.
That would really be such a shame. Wouldn't it, Mandy? Be such a shame. Waste of talent and body glitter. A shame. Wouldn't it, Mandy?
Darling girl, have you gone off your ADD medication again? Because you're being quite a lot right now, and I do not care for it.
ADHD, they don't say ADD anymore. And, you know the story of how Lydia Luptunnel got her weed past PSA.
Yes.
Tell it to me then.
You are truly a nightmare.
Okay, so Lydia was scheduled to fly from Phoenix to New York for the Nerdlesque Festival, but of course now it's been canceled. And she thinks, no big deal, I can stay here for a little longer. But that means it's been 5 weeks since she's been home to Portland to fill her weed prescription. And she only smokes the good stuff. So, she's going...
I have to tell you, I gave up talking shit about other performers for Lent. Respect my boundaries.
But I'm not talking shit. And anyway, you just talked all kinds of shit on the Evangelistas to me.
That's different. The Evangelistas aren't even...
Aren't what? Aren't real? Okay. Okay, so Lydia smokes a lot of weed. Like, I know I don't smoke weed, so I'm not an expert, but Ducky LaRange was telling me.
Okay, goodbye.
She smokes a lot.
Exit Vladimiranda. Estrogen-Tilly gets up and follows her as far as the limits of the stage, gestures toward Estrogen-Tilly like those of a spectator encouraging a gorgeous lady of wrestling. Enter Vladimiranda. She pushes past Estrogen-Tilly, crosses the stage with bowed head. Estrogen-Tilly takes a step towards her. Halts.
You wanted to speak to me?
Estrogen-Tilly takes another step forward.
Something to say to me?
Another step forward.
Mandy?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Step forward.
You're mad?
Step forward.
Forgive me.
Step forward. Estrogen-Tilly lays her hand on Vladimiranda's shoulder.
Come on, Mandy. Give me your hand. Then give me a hug. Don't be like that. You smell like soup.
Ran out of deodorant. My roommate uses Tom's. It's essentially a stick of lemongrass oil and lies.
Emmett, you should read that part. The Vladimiranda half turns, stiffens, softens.
Okay. Cool.
Because there's like an embrace, which I mean, I can, I can mime it only so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
What do we do now?
Okay. Wait.
Yes, but while we wait.
What about hanging ourselves?
I've heard about this autoerotic asphyxiation kink where you almost hang yourself. Instead of dying, you have an earth-shattering orgasm. Give that a try. And that way, perhaps we have an amazing orgasm. Perhaps we shed this mortal coil. Either one is fine by me. Though I don't know if it works the same for vagina-bodied people.
Well, I'm mostly asexual anyway. I'd give it a go for science, though.
You really are such an Aquarius, Tilly.
Let's hang ourselves immediately for science.
How are we going to do this, though?
They go towards the tree.
From that bough? I wouldn't trust it.
We can always try.
Go ahead.
After you, madame.
No, you first, your grace.
Why me?
You're lighter than I am. You don't even bad. What? What's the holdup?
Use your mind powers.
Vladimiranda uses her mind powers.
I remain in the dark.
Okay, this is the situation. The bow. Okay, come on, you can figure this out, can't you?
I'm looking at you, Miss Kenobi, because you happen to be my only hope.
Okay. Tilly, light. Bow not break. Tilly, dead. Mandy, heavy. Bow, break. Mandy, alone.
Ooh,
Whereas...
Yikes, hadn't thought of that.
If it hangs you, it'll hang anything.
But am I heavier than you, though?
I don't know. That's just what you told me. So there's like a 50-50 chance, at least.
Okay, so what do?
I guess we don't do anything because it's safer that way.
Let's wait and see what they say.
Who?
The show.
Good idea.
Let's wait until we know exactly where we stand.
On the other hand, it's better to be the ghostee than the ghosted, as they say.
We aren't ghosting our own show, and anyway, I'm curious to see what they'll offer us once we see what it's like. We can take it or leave it.
What exactly did we ask for again?
Were you not there?
I have ADHD, Mandy. I can't be bothered to listen to every single thing that somebody says when they're talking to me.
Oh. Well, nothing very definite.
A kind of relief.
Precisely.
A vague aid of some sort.
Exactly.
And what did they reply?
That they'd see.
That they can't promise anything.
That they'd think it over and get back to us.
In the quiet of their homes.
Consulting with their families.
Their friends.
Their agents.
Their correspondents.
Their representatives.
Their bank accounts.
Before making a decision.
It's the normal thing.
Isn't it?
I think it is.
I think so too.
So, how do we play this?
I beg your dolly pardon?
I said, so how do we play this?
I don't follow.
How are we going to play this?
Play this.
Take your time.
Play this. Like a game of Animal Crossing. They're the raccoon landlord. We're the beautiful young fool who just arrived in this town with nothing but a dream and a sparkle in her eye.
Is the raccoon landlord really that bad? Like, everyone complains about him, but he just basically lets you pay your rent with some bugs you found.
Your worship wishes to side with her raccoon oppressor? Quelle surprise.
We have no rights anymore.
You'd make me laugh if it wasn't illegal.
We've lost our rights.
We got rid of them when we agreed to the terms of service.
But you have to agree to the terms of service or you can't play the game.
Boop.
We're not committed. We're not like.
They listen, grotesquely rigid.
I don't hear anything.
They listen. Estrogen-Tilly loses her balance, almost falls. She clutches the arm of Vladimiranda, who totters. They listen, cuddled together.
I don't hear anything either.
Sighs of relief. They relax and separate.
You scared me.
I thought it was them.
Who?
The show.
It's probably just the rats in the walls.
I could have sworn I heard yelling.
Well, why would they be yelling?
Not the traffic, I don't know.
What? I'm hungry.
Do you want a kind bar?
Is that my only option?
Might have some Cliff Bars.
I think those have dairy in them. Give me a kind bar.
Vladimiranda rummages in her gift bag, takes out a Cliff Bar, and gives it to Estrogen-Tilly, who takes a bite out of it, angrily.
Oh, it's a Cliff Bar.
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I could have sworn it was a kind bar. Sorry about it.
She rummages through her gig bag, finds nothing but Cliff Bars.
All that's Cliff Bars.
Rummage.
You must have eaten the last one.
Rummage, rummage.
Wait. Here we go.
She brings out a kind bar and gives it to Estrogen-Tilly.
There, my delicate little orchid.
Estrogen-Tilly peels a discarded false eyelash from the wrapper, opens the bar, and begins to eat.
Make it last. That is the last one.
I asked you a question now.
Mm.
Did you respond?
How's the kind bar?
It's a kind bar.
Good, good. No lactose for dear little Tilly. What did you ask me?
I forget. It's what annoys me. I'll never forget you, kind bar. All right, now I remember.
What?
We're not committed, right?
I don't understand a word you just said.
No, okay.
Nom, nom.
I'm chewing, sorry. They're kind of hard. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I asked you if we are committed.
Committed?
Committed.
What do you mean committed?
Committed. Like to the show.
To the show. Committed to the show. What a novel idea in this day and age. Commitment. But of course. For now, anyway.
And it's definitely a show, right?
I think it's a show.
Fancy that. It's weird. I didn't really notice like how hard and gross it was before. It's just like the more you eat it, the worse it gets.
The opposite for me.
How so?
I get used to the muck as I go along.
Is that the opposite?
Question of temperament.
Of character.
Nothing you can do about it.
No use fighting it.
We are who we are.
No use trying to shimmy out of it.
The essential and non-essential does not change.
Nothing to be done. It's gross. Do you want the rest of it?
Go! Now! Keep going! Go! Stop. No. Why did you stop? Keep going.
Enter Minnie Pozzo and Jinx. Minnie Pozzo drives Jinx by means of a pink leash and bejeweled matching pink collar around her neck, so that Jinx is the first to enter, followed by the leash, which is long enough to let them reach the middle of the stage before Minnie Pozzo appears. Jinx carries a heavy pink bag, a bedazzled folding chair, a sack from Popeye's chicken, and a long pink fur coat. Minnie Pozzo, a pink wig.
On!
Crack of whip. Minnie Pozzo appears. They cross the stage. Jinx passes before Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly and exits. Minnie Pozzo, at the sight of the two busted queens, stops short. The leash tightens. Minnie Pozzo jerks at it violently.
Back!
Noise of Jinx falling with all of their baggage. Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly turn toward them, half wishing, half fearing that they will actually have to help them. Vladimiranda takes a step toward Jinx. Estrogen-Tilly holds her back by the sleeve.
Let go of my caftan.
Don't go over there.
Be careful. They're naughty.
Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly turn toward Minnie Pozzo.
With strangers, I mean.
Okay.
Who?
You know.
The show?
Yeah.
I present myself, Minnie Pozzo.
Is that them?
I am Minnie Pozzo. Minnie.
You're not here at the show?
Clearly.
I am Minnie Pozzo. Minnie Pozzo. Excuse me, does that name mean nothing to you? Okay. Do you seriously not know who I am?
Minty pasto.
Minnie
Minty pasto.
Minnie
Do I know a minty pasto?
Pozzo.
Minnie Pozzo. Minnie.
Minnie
It
Pozzo.
Oh, mini pasto. Yes, of course. Just let me think. Minty pasto.
Pozzo, Mindy.
I used to live with an older cam girl / furry named Mindy Paws, but she really only came out for the big gifting conventions, and I'm pretty sure she's retired now because she's married to a congressman.
Good for her. We have not performed in a while, Queen.
Well, you're human beings nonetheless. As far as I can tell, at least. Of the same species as myself. Of the same species as Minnie Pozzo, made in her goddess's image.
Okay, so you see.
What's the show?
The show?
You thought I was with the show.
Oh no, my good bitch, not for an instant.
You will refer to me as Mistress Minnie from here on out. Now, tell me about the show.
Well, oh my good mistress. It's a kind of an immersive experience, a benefit of sorts. A benefit benefiting us, I do believe. It's the talk of the town.
Unscripted.
Improvised, a different experience for everyone, my good mistress.
Personally, I don't even know what the show is about myself, at least not until it's over and I see the Instagram story.
But you're in the show?
We think so.
You don't know if you're in your own show.
You don't understand. It's a collective. It's not up to us. A show cannot simply belong to one person. Not a good show, anyway. My good mistress.
So you're sitting here in my dressing room waiting for this show to happen that you don't even know if you're in?
You didn't mean any harm, my good mistress.
No, we're not like creeps or anything.
I suppose the space is open to all levels of talent.
That's the impression we were under, my good mistress.
Which is frankly a disgrace to the bigger names, but
well,
here
nothing
we
we
are.
can do about that.
Speak of it no more.
He jerks the leash.
Ah, Piggy. Did your mistress give you permission to rest?
Jerks the leash.
Oink, oink, get up.
Noise of Jinx getting up and picking up their baggage. Minnie jerks the leash.
Back.
Enter Jinx backwards.
Stop.
Jinx stops.
Turn.
Jinx turns to Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly affably.
Ladies and ladies, I'm happy to have met you. What? I mean it. I'm happy.
She jerks the rope.
Closer.
Jinx advances.
Stop.
Jinx stops.
Yep, the road seems long when one hasn't been on stage for,
She consults her pink and sparkly iPhone.
Yep. Yep. 6 weeks. That's right. 6 whole weeks now. And not a twirling tassel in sight. Coat!
Jinx puts down the bag, advances, gives the coat, goes back to their place, takes up the bag.
Coat!
Jinx puts the bag down, the sack in the chair, advances, helps Minnie on with her coat, and goes back to their place and picks up the big sack and chair.
Cold for this time of year.
Minnie finishes buttoning her coat, stoops, inspects herself, straightens up.
Whip!
Jinx advances, stoops, Minnie catches the whip from her mouth. Jinx goes back to their place.
Yep, gals, non-binary pals. I just can't go long without the company of fellow artists.
She takes out her phone to take a selfie with her fellow artist.
Even when the levels of artistry are disparate at best. I'm sure there's a filter to fix that. Chair.
Jinx puts down bag and sack, advances, opens the chair, sets it down, goes back to their place, takes up sack and the bag.
Closer.
Jinx puts bag down and sack, advances, moves chair, goes back to their place, takes up bag and sack. Minnie sits down, places the butt of her whip against Jinx's chest, and pushes.
Back.
Jinx takes a step back.
Further.
Jinx takes another step back.
Stop.
Jinx stops. To Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly.
That's why, with your consent, I propose to kiki with you for a minute before I have to do my evening live stream. Chicken?
Jinx advances, gives the sack, and goes back to their place. To Jinx.
Ahem. What are you forgetting? What are you forgetting, Piggy?
Jinx produces a huge pink bottle of hand sanitizer from the bag, squirts some into Minnie's hands, returns to their spot, puts the sanitizer away.
And
Jinx produces a bottle of Pierre Jouet Belle Epoque Brut from the bag, along with a plastic champagne flute, which is in 2 pieces, and Jinx assembles the champagne bottle under their arm. Jinx carefully pours a glass of champagne for Minnie, which she accepts. Jinx is about to put away the bottle, and Minnie grabs that as well. Jinx returns to their place.
The fresh air simulates the jaded appetite.
She opens the sack and takes out a Popeye's chicken sandwich, throwing the sack on the floor.
Trash.
Jinx advances, picks up the discarded sack, crumples it up, puts it in their pocket, and goes back to their place.
Further.
Jinx takes a step back.
Further.
Jinx takes a step back. Minnie calculates.
I think that's about 6 feet. Cheers.
She spits a wad of gum onto the ground, downs the glass of champagne, tosses it aside, and drinks from the bottle, then sets it down and begins to eat the sandwich. Silence. Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly, cautiously at first, and then more boldly, begin to circle about Jinx, inspecting up and down. Minnie picks the pickles off her sandwich, licking the sauce from them before tossing them into the wrapper, then eats her sandwich voraciously, crumpling up the wrapper with the pickles still inside and tossing it to the side. Jinx sags slowly until the bag touches the ground, then straightens up with a start and begins to sag again, rhythm of sleeping.
What's their deal?
Looks like they have an agonizing case of sleepy bitch disease, from what I can discern.
Why don't they put down their bags?
How should I know?
They close in on you.
Careful.
Say something to them.
Look.
What?
Their neck.
Hickeys.
No, not hickeys. Look.
Estrogen-Tilly goes over beside Vladimiranda.
Oh, what the?
She's got a Clorox wipe under there so that the poor dope's nasty skin doesn't touch the fancy collar she put on them.
It's the chemicals.
It's the rubbing.
It's inevitable.
It's the collar.
It's chafing.
It's expensive.
They resume their inspection, dwelling on the face.
They're not bad looking.
You think so?
Well, a trifle too masked for my liking.
Look at the slobber.
It's inevitable.
Look at the slaver.
Perhaps they're an intern.
A personal assistant.
Looks like an unpaid intern.
Paid in exposure.
They're panting.
It's inevitable.
And their eyes.
What about them?
Knobbling right out of their head.
Are we just watching a person die right now?
Unclear. Ask them a question.
Would that help?
Well, it certainly wouldn't cost us anything.
Mixter?
Louder.
Mixter!
Leave them in peace.
They turn towards Minnie, who, having finished eating, wipes her mouth with the back of her hand.
Can't you see that they're resting? Bag.
Minnie pulls a vape pen from her coat pocket and takes a long drag. Tilly sees the chicken sandwich wrapper on the ground and stares at it greedily. As Jinx does not move, Minnie jerks the leash.
Bag.
Jinx starts, almost falls over, recovers their senses, advances, puts the bottle in the bag and goes back to their place. Tilly stares up the wrapper. Minnie takes another drag from her vape pen.
What can you expect? It's not like they're getting paid.
She pulls at her vape pen, stretching out her legs.
That's better.
Excuse me, mistress?
What is it, my good bitch?
You finished with the, you don't need the pickles anymore, mistress?
You couldn't just wait.
No. It's polite of her to ask. Do I need the pickles?
She pokes at the wrapper with the end of her whip.
No. Personally, I do not need the pickles anymore.
Tilly takes a step towards the wrapper.
However,
Tilly stops short.
in theory, the pickles go to the carrier. Jinx is therefore the one to ask.
Tilly turns toward Jinx, hesitates.
Go on. Don't be afraid. Ask them. They won't bite. They better not bite. Biting is my thing.
Tilly goes toward Jinx, stops before them.
Mixter? I do beg your pardon, good mixter.
Oink oink. You're being spoken to, Piggy. Say something. Now try them.
Mixter? Mixter, I do beg your pardon. Don't want to be rude, but the pickles, you don't want the pickles?
Jinx looks long at Tilly.
Pig! Respond! You're being very rude. They're all yours, babe.
Tilly makes a dart at the wrapper, uncrumples it, and begins to gnaw upon the trash pickles.
Worrisome. I've never known them to refuse a pickle before. You catching that plague is the last thing I need.
She takes a drag of her vape pen, exhaling a cloud of fog.
It's a scandal.
Silence. Flabbergasted, Tilly stops gnawing, looks at Minnie and Vladimiranda in turn. Minnie, outwardly calm, Vladimiranda, embarrassed.
Is there something specific you're alluding to?
To treat a human being like that. I think that no, a member of the American workforce. No, it's a scandal.
A disgrace!
You are severe. I know it's gauche to ask, but how old are you? 29? 30? How old is she?
Over 1,000 years old. She's really more of a specter of chaos than a person at this point.
No shade intended.
She takes one last long drag on her vape pen and then shoves it back into her pocket.
Time for me to go now. Thank you for your company. Well, unless I smoke a little more before I go. What do you say? Oh, I'm only a little smoker. I'm not some big pothead, you know. It calms the nerves, though. My heart doesn't beat so fast. It's the THC. You absorb it in spite of your better judgment when you could just get CBD. You know how it is. Not smokers, I take it. Yes? No? Well, I don't really care. But now that I'm standing up, would it be weird if I sat back down? Would it make me look weak, indecisive? Oh, what did you just say to me? Maybe you didn't say anything. Okay, great. Because nobody cares anyway. So let's see.
My phone froze.
Hmm?
My phone froze.
Mm.
All right, what page are we on?
Bottom of 39.
Bottom of 39.
39. Okay. That's better.
She meticulously folds up the wrapper and puts it into her bra.
Let's go.
Now?
Hold, please.
She jerks the leash.
Chair.
She points with her whip. Jinx moves the chair.
More. There.
She sits down. Jinx goes back to their place.
Done.
Let's go.
Oh, I hope you're not leaving on my account. Stay a little longer. You'll never regret it.
Well, we're not really in a hurry, so.
Not as sweet as before, but still pretty sweet.
Well, I'm leaving.
Oh, she can't stand me. I am perhaps not particularly human, but who cares? Better think it through before you do something you'll regret. If you go now while it's still early, and, well, obviously for an artist, it's pretty early. So if you leave, what happens if I'm out? So if you leave, So if you leave, what happens with the thing you were telling me about? Your big event, your show. What happens to your big break, your future, your dreams?
Who told?
Oh, that I'm out part is where you're supposed to switch vape pens.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So you're out of weed in the first vape pen, and then so Emmett, you should read the
I'll
part.
read that. I'll read that.
Okay.
Got it.
I'm out.
She puts the vape pen back in her pocket and pulls out a pack of bubble gum, puts a piece in her mouth, puts the pack away, and pulls out a different vape pen, which she begins puffing on immediately.
So if you leave, what happens with the thing you were telling me about? Your big event, your show. What happens to your big break? Your future, your dream?
Who told you?
Oh, I'm so glad to see we're on speaking terms again. If this goes on much longer, we'll be like old lovers.
How come they never put down their bags?
You know, I'd be happy to come see the show. The more shows I see, the happier I am. Even the most amateur, slapped-together Party City burlesque travesty can leave you wiser, richer in spirit, more conscious of the gifts you're blessed with that others may not be. Even you. Even just spending time with two artists in an empty venue could add to my enrichment.
How come they never put down their bags?
But that would surprise me.
You're being asked a question. Rude.
A question? Who? What? A minute ago, you were calling me mistress, shaking in your go-go boots. Now you're asking me questions? No good will come of this.
Let's see.
What?
You can ask them now. They're on the alert.
Ask them what?
Why they don't put down their bags.
I did wonder about that.
So why not ask?
You are asking about why they don't put down their bags, as you called them?
That's it.
Are you sure you agree with that?
They're puffing like an asthmatic queen trying to vogue with the fog machine on full blast. I don't think they're okay.
Well, here's your answer.
Oh, you have to be breathing hard at that part of that line. Doesn't make sense. Dane.
He's on mute still.
Oh.
Dane, you're still muted.
I mean, you can still like mime it though. Just like you are. Okay. Okay.
Here's your answer. But stay over there, pretty please. You're really freaking me out. 6 feet.
Look,
What is it?
they're about to say something.
Tilly goes over besides Vladimiranda, motionless, side by side. They wait.
Good. Is everyone ready? Is everyone looking at me?
She looks at Jinx, jerks the leash. Jinx raises their head.
Look at me, pig.
Jinx looks at her.
I didn't say you can look at me.
Jinx looks away.
I'm just kidding. Look at me.
Jinx looks at her.
Good.
She puts the vape pen in her pocket. She takes a small can of Lysol spray out of another pocket, spritzes the air in front of her, and walks through the cloud of sanitizer as if it's perfume. Puts the Lysol away, clears her throat, spits her gum onto the ground, takes out the Lysol again, spritzes the air, and steps through it again, then puts the Lysol back in her pocket.
I'm ready now. Is everyone listening? Is everyone else ready? Who's not ready?
She looks
Piggy?
at them all in turn and jerks the leash.
Piggy?
Jinx raises their head.
I don't like screaming into the void. Good. Let me see.
I'm leaving.
What was it you wanted to know again?
Why? They.
Don't interrupt me. If we all talk at once, we'll never get anywhere. What was I saying? What was I saying?
Vladimiranda mimics one carrying a heavy burden. Minnie looks at her, puzzled.
Bags? Why always hold? Never put down. Why?
Why didn't you just say so? Why don't they make themselves comfortable? Let's try and get clear on this. Don't they have a right to? Of course they have a right to. It follows then that they don't want to. Simple logic for you. And why don't they want to? Well, ladies, the reason is this.
Pay attention to this.
They want to impress me so that I'll book them.
What?
Maybe I'm not explaining this well. They want to appease me so that I don't ask them to sashay away.
You want to get rid of them?
They want me shook when I know whose lipstick I'm picking.
You want to get rid of them?
They imagine that when I see how well they kitten, I'll be tempted to say, Shantae, you stay.
You're done with them?
In reality, they kitten like a pig. It's not their real job. They work in a dentist's office during the day.
And you want to get rid of them?
They fantasize that when I see them serving workhorse realness, I'll come through with the gigs, Mama. Such a miserable scheme. As though I were short of talent. Keep feeling the fantasy, BB. Well, that's the tea on that. Anything else?
Lysol spray.
You want to get rid of them?
Think about this. I could have easily been in their heels and them in mine if I hadn't manifested my own destiny. The universe gives us only as much as we can handle.
And you want to get rid of them?
I do. But instead of driving them away like I could have done, I could have just ghosted them. But out of the goodness of my heart, I'm bringing them to the festival where I hope to pawn them up on some unsuspecting baby burlesque producer. The truth is, the overeager ones are impossible to get rid of, nearly unghostable. The humane thing would be just to kill them. Permanent ghosting.
Jinx weeps.
They're crying.
Honestly, the crusties outside who keep trying to sell me their disgusting feather jewelry have more dignity.
She pulls a small pack of tissues from her pocket. This coat has a lot of pocket space. She extends the tissues to Tilly.
Comfort them, if you're going to pity them, at least.
Tilly hesitates.
Come on. It's the least you can do.
Tilly takes the tissue.
Wipe away their tears. They'll feel less miserable.
Tilly hesitates.
Just give it to me, I'll do it.
No,
Tilly refuses to give the tissues.
Hurry up before they stop crying.
Tilly approaches Jinx and goes to wipe their eyes. Jinx violently snatches Tilly's wig off of her head. Tilly screams in pain, drops the tissues, recoils, and staggers about the stage, holding her hairline.
Kleenex.
Jinx puts down the bag, picks up the tissues, and gives them to Minnie. Goes back to their place and picks up the bag.
Who's glued on, you fucker? Ow! Goddamn deranged animal! Why? Why would you do that?
I told you they don't like strangers.
Show.
Tilly shows her hairline angrily.
She's bleeding.
It's good for you. Builds character.
Goddamn swine disfigured me!
I'll let you wear my blonde wig. The one with the bangs. If I must.
Oh, they stopped crying. You restored the balance irregardless. The tears of the world are a constant quantity. For each one who begins to weep somewhere else, another stops. The same is true of the laugh.
She got that from a yogurt lid.
Let's not speak ill will of our generation. Millennials aren't any unhappier than our predecessors. Well, let's not speak highly of it either. Let's not speak of it at all. It is true that we can't afford houses.
Vladimiranda digs the blonde wig out of her gift bag and gives it to Tilly.
Try her on.
Tilly carefully puts on the blonde wig, crossing the stage to check herself out in the mirror. Goes back and spits on Jinx. And sits down upon the tutu now.
Guess who taught me all these beautiful things? My Jinx.
Well, this night never end.
If it weren't for them, all of my thoughts, all of my feelings would have been just about normal things. Professional worries, cryptocurrency, the stock market, the truth about how to secure a lifelong sugar daddy without providing any sugar. I knew these things were beyond me, so I took a walk.
A walk.
Roxycyclamine. It's an experimental anti-aging injectable. The only major side effect is that my hair won't hold dye anymore, and I got it done 2 years ago. Yep, almost 2 years. You wouldn't guess just by looking at me, would you? Compared to them, I look like a schoolgirl, no? Wig.
Jinx puts down the bag and pulls off their unattractive salt and pepper wig to reveal luxurious, thick blonde hair. They put the wig under their arm and pick up the bag.
Now, look.
Minnie lifts up her long, luxurious blonde wig to reveal scraggled, short, salt and pepper gray hair. She quickly puts the wig back on.
Did you see?
Oh, that's a good friend. And now you're trying to get rid of them.
Swine. Fucking animal!
After having sucked all of the good out of them, you just chuck them away like a grinder bathroom hookup. Really?
I just can't. I can't deal any longer the way they go on. You really don't get it. It's terrible. They have got to go. I'm going crazy. I can't deal any longer.
She can't deal.
Any longer.
She's going crazy.
It's terrible.
How dare you? It's so sociopathic. Such a good producer. Crucifying her like that after so many years. Really?
They used to be so kind, so helpful, and entertaining. Oh, my good angel baby. Well, I'm baby, but you understand the turn of phrase.
Yes.
My good angel. And now they're killing me.
Does she want to replace them?
What?
Does she want someone to take her place or no?
I don't think so.
What? Ask her.
Queens, I don't know what came over me. Please, let's just forget that ever happened. I don't even really know what I said, but I do know that I was lying and none of it was real, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
just forget that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Do I look like a woman who can be made to suffer, honestly?
Like a homely little.
What did I do with my vape pen?
Charming evening we're having.
Memorable.
And it's not over.
Apparently not.
It's only beginning.
It's terrible.
Worse than that charity show we agreed to. that ended up being at a trucker rally outdoors in rural Alabama on the 4th of July.
Worse than that circus show we did at the swingers convention where that old woman punched me?
Worse than that go-go dancing gig we took that turned out to be a Sweet 16 party, and the teenagers were just not here for our brand of drag.
Worse than that circus show we did at the swingers convention where that old woman punched me because she thought I was her grandson in drag and then hit on me when she finally realized I wasn't her grandson in drag?
Big finish.
Seriously, where is my vape pen?
She's a lot. She's lost her pot.
I'll be right back.
He hastens
And
toward the wings.
Into the hallway on the left.
Save my seat.
Exit Vladimiranda.
My vape pen is lost.
She'll be the death of me.
You haven't by any chance.
Oh. She's gone. Rude. Without even saying goodbye. She could have waited.
She has a UTI. Again.
Oh. Well, I guess it's fine then.
Come here.
Why?
You'll see. Come here.
But then I have to get up.
Hurry. Hurry up. Oh, look.
Oh.
It's all over.
Enter Vladimiranda. Somber, she shoulders Jinx out of their way. It knocks over the chair. Comes and goes agitatedly.
She's not pleased.
You missed a treat. Pity.
Vladimiranda halts, straightens the chair, comes and goes, calmer.
She subsides. Everything subsides. A great calm descends. Listen. Pan sleeps.
Will this night never end?
You don't want to leave until it ends?
Well, you see.
Well, that's normal. Very normal. If I were in your position waiting for this benefit, event, show, whatever it is, I'd wait until the sun came up the next day before I gave up. I very much like to sit down, but I don't quite know how to go about it.
Could I be of assistance?
Maybe, if you asked me.
Would that help?
If you asked me to sit down.
Okay. Here we go. Be seated, mistress. I beg of you.
I will sit down when I'm good and ready to sit down, you ignorant sex pest. Ask me again.
Come on now, take a seat. I beg you, mistress. You'll catch the plague.
You really think so?
You absolutely will.
You're absolutely right. Done it again. Thank you, darling pet. But I really have to go if I'm going to stay on schedule.
Time has stopped.
Don't you believe it, Queen? Don't you believe it? Believe whatever you want besides that.
Everything seems like we're trapped in a dystopian hellscape to her today.
Except the line at the unemployment office. That's more like purgatory. But I get it. You aren't from New Orleans. You must not have been here during Katrina. You don't know how resilient the nightlife community here can be. Care for me to share?
I lost everything in Katrina.
Both of my grandparents died, and I had to go live with my weird uncle in Reno for 2 years. His mobile home smelled like salami.
Well, I'll explain it if you insist.
Lysol.
A little attention, everyone, please.
Vladimiranda idly adjusts her wig. Tilly has gone back to fiddling with her boot. Jinx is half asleep. Minnie cracks her whip feebly.
What's the matter with this whip?
She gets up and cracks it more vigorously. Finally, with success, Jinx jumps. Vladimiranda's wig, Tilly's boot, and Jinx's wig all fall to the ground. Minnie throws down her whip.
This whip is getting old. What was I saying?
Let's go.
Hang on. But put your feet up, mistress. I insist. You'll catch your death.
True. What is your name?
Seymour Butt.
Ah, yes, our community. But pay attention, Peaches fucking Christ. Otherwise, we'll never get anywhere. Look.
All look at the stage, except Jinx, who is dozing off again. Minnie jerks the leash.
Oink, oink. Look at the stage.
Jinx looks at the stage.
Good. That's enough.
They stop looking at the stage.
What is there so extraordinary about it? Quastage. It is vacant and dimly lit, like any stage at this point in time on this planet. If the locks on the buildings are fine. 2 weeks ago, ish, after having poured forth even since, say, 2006, tirelessly torrents of ones and fives tirelessly torrents of ones and fives cover, it begins to lose its effulgence, to grow stale. Stale, even staler, a little staler, until finished. It comes to rest. But behind the veil of medical masks and social distancing, nightlife is charging and will burst upon us. Pop, like the firework in that Katy Perry song. Just when we least expect it. That's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
As long as you know.
Bide your time.
You know what to expect.
No further need to worry.
Simply wait.
We're used to it.
Looks in the mirror. Crimps her wig.
So, how did you like me? 5 star? 4 stars? 3 stars? 2, 1, kill myself bad stars?
Oh, very good. 5 stars, 6 stars, maybe even.
Oh, good. And you, doll?
Oh, très bon. Très bon.
Oh, thank you, ladies and ladies. Bless. I basically survive off of other people's approval. I did mess up a little at the end there. I had to improvise. Could you tell?
Oh, just the teensiest, weeniest little bit.
I thought it was on purpose.
My memory sucks, to be honest. Oh, but please do follow me on SoundCloud if you are into it.
In the meantime, nothing happens.
You find it boring.
Kind of.
And you, Queen?
I've been better entertained.
Queens, you have been civil to me.
No, not at all.
Well, absurd.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have been correct. So, I'm wondering, is there anything I could do for these two humble drag queens who are having such a dull, difficult time?
Okay, so I'm on this site called OnlyFans, and for the low, reasonable price of $10 a month, you can see like my whole.
We are not beggars.
Is there anything I can do for them? Is what I'm asking myself, to cheer them up. I have given them pickles. I have kikied with them over this and that. I have explained nightlife. Admittedly, that's very giving of me already. But is it enough?
Okay, so if this is a subscription thing, it's just like too big of a commitment for you. I do have some really, really spicy $10 clips that I could send to you.
Don't tell her that.
Well, I can't really go lower than 10, though.
No, I mean, stop it with this internet panhandling. It's embarrassing. Just send your nudes to interested parties for free, like a good all-American hoe.
It doesn't make good business sense to do that. I can't help it. Capitalism has whored me out. I'm an enterprising slut.
But is it enough? Like I said, I did a lot. Some may even accuse me of doing too much. But I am a liberal. It's my nature. This evening, for better or for worse.
He jerks the leash. Jinx looks at her.
For it will cost me, no doubt, about that.
She picks up the whip.
Do you have a preference? Should we have them lip sync or strip or sword swallow or think or...
Who?
What do you mean, who? Do the two of you know how to think?
They think?
All the time. Aloud. They even used to think very prettily once. I could listen to them for hours. Now, well, fuck my life, you know. So, would you like to hear them think something for us?
I'd rather see them lip sync. I think it'd be more fun.
You think that, but...
Don't you think it'd be more fun, Mandy?
I kind of want to hear them think.
Okay, well, maybe they could lip sync first, and then afterwards, if it isn't too much to ask of them, then they could think.
Would that be possible?
By all means, nothing simpler. It is the natural order of things.
Then let's see them lip sync.
Did you hear that, Piggy?
They never refuse?
They refused once. Lip sync for your miserable life, pig.
Jinx puts down the bags, advances towards front, turns to Minnie.
Went to a dance with my sister Kate. Everyone there said she danced so great.
Yeah.
I realized a thing or two. Then I got wise to something new.
Yeah.
I looked at Kate, she was in a trance. And then I knew it was in her dance. All the boys are going wild just over Katie's dancing style.
Whoop.
Oops.
Is that it?
Encore!
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 Went to a dance with my sister Kate. Everyone there said she danced so great. I realized a thing or two. Then I got wise to something new. I looked at Kate, she was in a trance. And then I knew it was in her dance. All the boys are going wild just over Katie's dancing style.
Whoop.
Uh,
Is that it?
they don't do the whole song?
Tragically, that's as much of it as they can legally perform. The song's public domain, but poor Jinxie made the mistake of uploading a video of themselves performing to Facebook a year or two ago. So now Facebook owns the rights to the performance and charges them royalty fees every time they try to perform it. Shame. It was an award-winning act. Could have made their career.
Nothing to be done.
Truly a tragedy. They hadn't even gone to the part with the sparklers or the big turtle dove reveal.
Jinx
Whoa.
makes their return to their burdens. Jinx stiffens.
Whoa.
Tell us about the time they refused.
With pleasure.
She fumbles.
Pleasure. Wait. What have I done with my spray? Well, that's just... I can't find my Lysol.
My left lung is super weak. Moo. 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 My right lung is sturdy, like a cow. Moo.
Oh, well. What was I saying? Wait. Well, isn't that just... Help me.
Wait.
Wait!
Ah.
Oh, wait, sorry. Emmett has a stage direction.
All three take off their wigs simultaneously, press their hands to their foreheads, and concentrate.
Ah.
She has it.
Well,
Why don't they put down their bags?
Poppycock.
are you sure?
Damn it, haven't you already told us?
I already told you?
Besides, they have put them down.
Oh, well, I guess they have. So what? What of it?
Since they put down their bags, the question of why they never put down their bags doesn't make any sense anymore.
So smart.
Good note. And why did they put them down?
Riddle me that.
So that they could do their lip sync.
True.
Silence. They put their wigs back on.
That looks good. Nothing happens. Nobody comes. Nobody goes. It's the worst.
Tell them to think.
Give them their wig.
Their wig.
They can't think without their wig. It's their thinking wig.
Give them their wig.
Me? After what they did to me? No, thank you, please.
I'll give it to them.
She does not move.
How about tell them to go get it themselves?
It's better to give it to them.
I'll give it to them.
She picks up the wig and tenders it at arm's length to Jinx, who does not move.
You have to put it on their head.
Tell them to take it.
It's better to put it on their head.
I'll put it on their head.
She goes round behind Jinx, approaches them cautiously, puts the wig on their head, and recoils smartly. Jinx does not move. Silence descends.
What are they waiting for?
Stand back.
Vladimiranda and Tilly move away from Jinx. Minnie jerks the leash. Jinx looks at Minnie.
Think, Piggy. No.
Oh.
Stop. Forward.
Jinx advances.
Stop.
Jinx stops.
Think. On the other...
Oh, he's muted.
He's muted still. Think.
On the other hand, with regard to...
Stop.
Jinx
Back.
stops. Jinx moves back.
Stop.
Jinx stops.
Turn.
Jinx turns toward the audience.
Think. Think.
Given the existence, as uttered forth in the public works of Mattel and Xena Lochikova, of a personal Yas God serving body yaddy yaddy with white beard, serving yaddy 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 outside the tongue without extensions from the heights of the wigs, double stacked wigs, extensions true from the heights of wigs, dolly stacked wigs. Love us queerly, with some exceptions for reasons unknown, but time will tell and suffers like divine. And with those for reasons unknown, but time will tell are sponged in memory foam, sponged in mattress, whose mattress pads, if that continues, and who can doubt that it will, yes, the mattress, that is to say, blast off bodies of the snatch resting on pretty and relying on that body, such body with the yaddy yaddy, which even though resting on ugly is better than nothing, but not so fasting considering that what is more than a result of the labors left unfinished, more than that the result of the labors left crowned by the academy of the dramatics, Alaska talks and monsoon of Aquaria. It is established beyond all doubt, all other doubt, and that is which clings to the flavors of men, that as a result which is the result of labors finished by monsoon and Aquaria. It is established here and after, but not so fact for reasons unknown, that are a result of Valentin's refusal to root for mask, that are as a result of the metal and semi-logical, that is established beyond all doubt, that is the view of the flavors of Dale, creme and inge, left unfinished for reasons unknown, that monsoon and Aquaria left unfinished. It is established what many deny, that Hunty and Passe over Alaska talks, that Hunty and fish, that Hunty and short shorts, that Hunty is fish, that Hunty and short shorts is brief in spite of the strides of ornamentation and glitteration and rooting for you and glitter and proportionizingly polishedly what is the more for the reasons unknown in spite of the strides of the queer culture of the practice of the arts to just drag with less fire-eating contortion, sword swallowing, lip-syncing, tap dancing, baton twirling, stand-up comedy, fire-breathing, improvisation, aerial arts, all kinds of dying, flying, burst, sports of all the sorts, and autumn, spring, summer, winter, fall, autumn, swords, or season celebrity impersonations of all kinds, who's complete of all sorts, musical and wicked in a word I resume, mimes juggling, modeling over tenant K20 follower theater of all sorts, and the words of the reasons known for the Sondheim, the Fosse, and the M, and the butterfly, and the Hedwig, and the name sickeningly shadingly. What is the reasons for unknown? But time will tell. Botox fades away. I resume unknown. But time will tell. Botox fades away. I resume M, butterfly, Hedwig, and a word that first walks in the room first with the bookings of Bob, the drag queen, being to the tune of the one angry Ford, kinky boots per se, approximately by and large, more or less, from nearest them. Good Judy chicken cutlet come through 2 piece in the buzz with a fist, back to tooth, cats, great, skets, cuts, lap, toots, late, slice, labor, labors lost, press, left, properly, the press, free of the X, kids, goats, cabaret theaters, by the dance halls, running shows. Scam the coins is the same. And then the beat, namely in the coin and the beat, is the great fold. The great and the deep, and the beat and the coin in the dressing room with the rhinestones, the stones, the great fold. Among the last, in the room of the year, the rhinestone stone, the great deep cuts resumed. The reasons unknown in spite of the spills, the teeth, for the reasons that resume of the liberal arts, degree fading, and sickeningly shading, and the queen for the scam, and alas, and the mail,
We need him to stop.
That's enough.
Mail the glitteration of the labors, the banner for the left, painted
okay.
the flames, scrapers, the
I like this last.
stones,
No, thank you.
Real manicure,
Okay,
the stones,
y'all, we need to stop.
Be gone.
Nope.
the stones,
End.
Nope.
Goodbye.
all uncovered.
The wig!
Stop
Get the
it!
wig!
Vladimiranda seizes Jinx's wig.
Ah!
Silence of Jinx. They fall. Silence. Panting of the victor.
Oh my god.
Avenged.
Vladimiranda examines the wig, peers inside of the cap.
Oh, give me that.
She snatches the wig from Vladimiranda, throws it on the ground, tramples it.
There is no end to their thinking.
But will they be able to walk?
Walk or crawl.
She kicks Jinx with her pink stiletto.
Up, piggy.
Maybe they're dead.
You're killing them.
Up, scum. Help me.
How?
Pull them up.
Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly hoist Jinx onto their feet, support them for a moment, and then let them go. Jinx falls.
They're doing this on purpose.
You have to hold him up.
I don't.
Come on. Come on. Raise them up.
Screw him!
Come on, let's try it one more time.
Do they think we're idiots? Like, I mean, really.
Don't let them go.
Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly totter.
Don't move.
Minnie fetches her bag and basket and brings them towards Jinx.
Hold them tight.
They put the bag in Jinx's hands. Jinx drops it immediately.
Don't let them go.
She puts the bag in Jinx's hands. Gradually, at the feel of the bag, Jinx recovers their senses, and their fingers finally close around the hand.
Hold them tight.
Same thing, but with other bag.
Now, you can let them go.
Vladimiranda and Tilly move away from Jinx, who totters, reels, sags, but succeeds in remaining on their feet, bags in hand. Minnie steps back, cracks her whip.
Forward.
Jinx totters forward.
Back.
Jinx totters back.
Now, turn.
Jinx turns.
Oh, we did it. They can walk. Thank you, ladies. And let me wish you, what did I do with my phone? It's in a sparkly pink case. It's a brand new iPhone 11 Pro Max. There's a cracked screen on it.
She searches the ground. Vladimiranda and Tilly search as well. Minnie turns over with her foot the tumbleweave in the making that is Jinx's wig.
Isn't that just a fun?
Do you want me to call it?
Your service is cut off.
Oh. That's right.
You want me to call it?
Minnie snatches Tilly's phone away from her and puts in her number. Looks around as she waits for it to ring.
Wait!
She doubles up in an attempt to apply her ear to her stomach and listens. Silence.
I hear nothing.
She beckons them to approach. Vladimiranda and Tilly go over to her, bend down, and listen
Can you hear it? It's on vibrate.
Silence!
I hear something.
Where?
It's the heart.
God damn it!
Silence!
Maybe it went to voicemail.
Which one of you smells so bad?
Well, she's out of deodorant and has been using her roommate's natural deodorant, which makes her smell like soup. And deodorant gives me a rash, so I never use it at all.
I have to go.
What about your phone?
I must have left it at the manor.
Then bye.
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 And thanks.
Thank you.
Oh no, it was nothing.
Oh, yes, it was absolutely something.
Oh no, it was nothing.
Oh, yes, it was absolutely something.
Oh, no, it was nothing.
It was
I feel as though I'm not able to leave.
Yeah, such is life.
Minnie turns, moves away from Jinx toward the wings, letting out the leash as she goes.
You're going the wrong way.
I need a running start.
Having come to the end of the leash, i.e., off the stage, she stops, turns, and cries,
Stand back!
Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly stand back. Look toward Minnie. Crack of whip.
On! On!
On!
On!
Jinx
On!
moves off.
On!
Faster!
Jinx appears, crosses the stage preceded by Jinx. Vladimiranda and Estrogen-Tilly wave farewell politely and dramatically. Exit Jinx.
On! On!
On the point of disappearing, they stop and turn. The leash tightens. Noise of Jinx being pulled over.
Chair!
Vladimiranda grabs the chair and gives it to Minnie, who tosses it in Jinx's vague direction.
Okay. Bye!
Bye!
Up, pig! Up! On!
That passed the time.
I want to pass without them.
Yes, but not so swiftly.
So what do we do now?
I don't know.
Let's go.
Can't.
Why not?
We're waiting for the show.
Oh.
I know I gave up talking shit about other performers for Lent, but can I just say that they have really changed?
Who?
Those two.
That's it. Let the pettiness flow through you.
Don't you think they have?
What?
Changed.
Oh, it's pretty likely. They all change. It's only us that stays the same.
Likely. It's the truth. I'm serious. That's the real tea, sis. Didn't you see them?
I guess I did, but I don't know them.
Yes, you do know them.
No, I don't know them.
We know them. I'm telling you, you forget everything. Unless they're not the same.
How come they didn't recognize us then?
That literally means nothing. I was pretending not to recognize them, and no one ever recognizes us. We wear different wigs all the time.
I'm done with this conversation. What we need to do is... Ow!
Unless they're not the same.
Oh, Mandy, it's my other foot now.
Unless they're not the same.
Hello?
Tilly halts. Both look toward the voice.
Here we go again.
Approach my child.
Enter Messenger. Timidly, they halt.
Miss Priestley?
Yes?
What do you want?
You may approach.
The messenger does not move.
Approach when a lady of renown tells you to approach.
The messenger advances, timidly, halts.
What is it?
The show.
Obviously. Approach.
Will you approach, please? Oh my fucking god!
The messenger advances timidly.
Took you so long.
You have news about the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what is it? And don't call me ma'am. I feel like ma'am is an old lady word.
Took you so long.
The messenger
Be
looks at them in turn, not knowing who to reply to.
nice.
You be nice. To me. You know what time it is.
It's not my fault, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to not call me ma'am either. Feels a little too binary for me. Also, I'm younger than her, so if she's too old to be called ma'am, I mean, just do the math.
It's not my fault. Friend.
Okay, so number one, that's a tad informal, so we're gonna have to keep workshopping that. And number two, if it's not your fault, then whose is it? Mine?
I was afraid. Acquaintance.
Okay, you know what? Let's just have you call us by our names then, which are Vladimiranda Priestley and Estrogen-Tilly. Now, why would you be afraid? It would be great if you could answer, like, I don't know, today.
Oh, I bet I know what it was. They were afraid of Mistress Sexy Baby and the Glamour Gimp back there. You forgot that not everyone is as cultured and open-minded as we are, Tilly.
How long have you been here?
A good while, Estrogen-Tilly.
You were afraid of the whip lady?
Yes, Vladimiranda.
And the screaming?
Yes, Vladimiranda.
And the two big narcissists?
Yes, Vladimiranda.
Do you know them?
No, Vladimiranda.
Are you from here? Are you local?
Yes, Vladimiranda.
That's a pack of goddamn lies. What high school did you go to?
I went to Noka, Tilly.
Will you leave them alone? What's the matter with you? Sis, you're bringing hateration and holleration to this dancery tonight. Just what's wrong with you?
I'm unhappy.
Oh, Kelsey, please, since when, darling?
I don't remember.
Extraordinary the tricks the memory plays.
Tilly tries to speak, renounces, limps to her place, sits down, and begins to take off her boots.
Well,
The show.
I've seen you before, haven't I?
I don't know, Vladimiranda.
You don't recognize me?
No, Vladimiranda.
So this is your first time here?
Yes, Vladimiranda.
Words. Ugh, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm getting sick of hearing my own name. Let's try calling me something more creative, more whimsical, or regal, maybe. Like how sometimes I like to refer to Tilly as Your Grace. Speak.
The show wishes for me to inform you that it will not be taking place tonight, but tomorrow for sure.
Got it.
Yes, Your Grace.
You're with the show?
Yes, Your Grace.
What do you do?
I manage the door, Your Grace.
Oh, a door whore. Are the crowds good to you?
Yes, Your Grace.
They don't read you.
Oh, no, Your Grace, not me.
Whomst do they read?
They read my drag sister, Your Grace.
Ah, see, your drag sister. So you were in the workshop then.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I lost my place. So you were in the workshop. And what does she do?
She manages the stage, Your Grace.
And why don't they read you?
I don't know, Your Grace.
Is it because your looks are sickening?
I don't know, Your Grace.
Do they tip you well? Do you at least get drink tickets?
Fairly well, Your Grace.
You're living your best life? Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Grace.
So?
I don't know, Your Grace.
You don't know if you're living your best life?
No, Your Grace.
Quelle tragique, you're as bad as me. Where do you stay?
In the quarter, Your Grace.
With your drag sister.
Yes, Your Grace.
In the Fruit Loop.
Yes, Your Grace.
All right. No further questions.
What would you like me to tell the show, Your Grace?
Tell them you saw us. You did see us, didn't you?
Yes, Your Grace.
And tell them that we were good. Tell them that you saw us and that we were really good. Got that? I don't think they heard me.
When the messenger exits, the light suddenly turns bright. In a moment, it is day. The open door lets in the sun, shedding a warm light on the sea.
Finally.
Tilly gets up and goes toward Vladimiranda, a boot in each hand, and puts them down at the edge of the stage.
What are you doing?
Hell for weariness.
Is that a song lyric?
Of climbing heavens and gazing on the likes of us.
Yes. Dua Lipa sang that, I believe. But I was referring to your boots. What are you doing with your boots?
I'm leaving them here. Some other smaller-footed queen will come and they'll make her happy.
But you can't go barefoot.
Christ did it.
Christ? What does Christ have to do with it? You can't just compare yourself to Christ.
Why not? Kanye West does it all the time. Seems like it's going super well for him.
But Kanye West is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, but that's just because of the mental illness. He doesn't really know what he's saying all the time. It's like that when you're too rich and you're famous, you just get too detached from reality and just say stuff and the internet just attacks you just immediately.
We don't have anything left to do here.
Or anywhere else.
Tilly, don't be like that. Tomorrow, everything will be better.
How do you figure?
Weren't you listening to what the door horse said?
No.
They said that the show was for sure going to happen tomorrow. How do you feel about that?
And all we have to do is wait. Here.
Are you losing it, sis? We've got to go.
She takes Tilly by the arm. She draws Tilly after her. Tilly yields and they help.
Pity we don't have any rope. Or a belt, even.
Come on, it's hot.
She draws Tilly after her, as before.
Remind me to bring a belt tomorrow.
Sure, whatever, come on.
She draws after her, as before.
How long has it been that we've been together all the time like this?
I don't know. 1,000 years, maybe.
Do you remember the day I lit my hair on fire at that corporate casino party?
We were debuting our fire-eating duet. You didn't think not to use hairspray.
You put me out.
That's all dead and buried.
My hair bow melted into the wig.
There's no use living in the past. Come on.
She draws her after her, as before.
Wait.
I'm hot.
Wait.
She moves away from Vladimiranda.
I sometimes wonder if we wouldn't have been better off alone, out for ourselves.
She crosses the stage and sits down upon the tutu mound.
We weren't made for the same path.
You don't know that.
No one really knows anything.
Vladimiranda slowly crosses the stage and sits down next to Tilly.
We can still part ways if you think it would be better.
It wouldn't be worth it now.
No, it wouldn't be worth it now.
Well, should we go?
Yes. Let's go.
They do not move. Curtain.
Take yo.
Thank you, Internet. Thank you.
Yay.
All right. It's 6:30. So let's take a break and come back here
Do it again.
in like an hour. We have like an hour.